Hello everyone, welcome to Learning Finance. I am Davide, and in today's video I'm gonna take a look at the market, guys, because I don't like to be a magician. I don't like to say, oh well, the bottom is gonna be here, or the bottom is gonna be here, or we already had the bottom, because no one knows that. What I like to do is, as an investor, it's a pretty different approach. Anyway, I'm gonna talk about it, and so let's see what we have here. This is the Dow Jones Industrial Average, and yeah, let's a recap of what happened. So here we have had the fastest crash in the stock market industry. As probably everyone knows, it's like we can see also here, this was the fastest sell off. Okay, like the fastest 30% drop, 22 days. It's like a record, world record. Really strange times we live in. And after this huge crash, as everyone knows, what happens? This. The stimulus pack, the Fed, infinite quantitative easing, helicopter money, all the stuff. So after the worst crash in the history, we have had the best 4 weeks ever in the stock market crash, in the stock market history, because this is something like 33% around in just 4 weeks, okay? And I think that back in the history is not something so common. And now it looks like we are, I don't know, a little bit stopped here. We had a couple of negative days, and which is quite normal. Now the question is, are we going down again to test the previous lows, or even further? Well, I think, guys, no one can answer that. We can only guess. But as I said before, we are not a magicians. Okay, I'm not the. This is not the channel that every day is telling you, oh well, this is the bottom, or this is the bottom, because the probability to catch the bottom, especially with the number, is zero. Okay, probably with the range it's a little bit higher, but no one knows that. Don't trust the people that they say, oh, I know that, because they don't know. They are just guessing. And if they guess 1,000 times, probably they are going to be right once, but it's not useful in the game of investing. Okay, this is not what we really care. The game of investing, in my opinion, it's a little bit different. This is the short term. So if you are a trader, okay, you do those things, you have your indicators, but if we want to invest in the stock market, what we care is to find opportunities, to find a good business that is at the moment undervalued, and with a view of 3 to 5 years minimum, we think that this business is gonna ramp up again and the price of the stock is gonna be higher. So that's the game of investing. It's like a simple example. I don't know. You see a house and you do your studies, and you study the property, you study the area, you study everything, and you realize that this house is worth $100,000. Okay, fine. Now, during a period of panic, the owner wants to sell you the house at $25,000. Now, you know, because you have done your studies and you are pretty confident about the real value of the house. So actually, you are buying it at a discount. It's an opportunity, okay? Because over the long run, you know that it's gonna worth more. That's the game of investing. Now, you don't know if 25,000 is the lowest price or can go to 20,000, or but you actually don't care much about that, okay? You're gonna end up crazy if you try to catch the bottom. It's impossible. What it's important is to understand the businesses. Try to understand a bad business from a good business, and so invest in good businesses which are undervalued, and that's what we like to do as investors. Uh, anyway, can the market go down again? Well, actually, probably yes. Okay, now this would be a V shape if it happens, but I think that if if I mean more, this is not quite likely, okay, especially in the situation where we are right now, because we don't know actually how this lockdown situation is gonna end. And even when this problem with this thing that we cannot name on YouTube is gonna finish, we don't know how the situation is gonna be later on. Okay, we even in a case where okay now and we don't have this illness anymore, but is the economy gonna be as good as it was before? So it makes sense for the stock market to come back here. In my opinion, not much, but you know, it's just an opinion. Now, can we go down again? Yeah, probably yes. Now, the first quarter of 2020 is finished, so we have a earnings period, and of course, the market has already priced in the fact that 99% of businesses they're gonna be in a situation, probably the worst situation of their lives, with earnings. Right now, no one is able to understand how earnings are gonna be. We just know that they're gonna be bad. But the problem is that the market don't know how much bad. Okay, so depending on probably those numbers, it can be that the market is gonna go down again during, I don't know, probably May, the end of May probably. But again, it's a guessing name, okay? Here they are trying to do they're trying to do everything to keep the market up, and so in the short term, well, it's like can go down, can go up. As I said, in the long term, everything makes more sense. We have another, let's say, another problem right now, which is in some cases is not a problem in my opinion, because see, the probably you heard, well, the oil price went negative on the future yesterday. Clearly have a crisis in the oil price. Of course, everyone is at home, no one wants to go out, no one is using a car, and so of course there is no demand. And now this can have two phases. The first phase is this one, that the oil market crash, of course, can lead into bankruptcies, and this would be a problem because there are a lot of companies that are related to oil, so there is no demand. And those companies usually they are industrials company, and they have a lot of debt, and if they go bankrupt, this debt is gonna, let's say that these losses are gonna be captured by banks and all those organizations that led those people money. So of course it's not something easy. It's probably gonna be a problem if it happens. But on the positive side, we have a really low oil price. It's kind of nice right now because first of all, it's natural, okay? It's natural to have a low price right now of oil. It would not be normal to have a high price of oil right now. And second of all, with all those money around, it's nice to have a low oil price because of inflation, guys. If oil price spikes up right now, it would be a very bad problem for the economy. So that's it. And at the end, so what we have to do, I mean, if we don't know where the bottom is, if we cannot predict it, as also, I mean, I'm not saying that people like Warren Buffett are saying that no one knows where the market is going tomorrow. No one knows where the bottom is. So what can we do? Well, this one, guys, also keep some cash aside. The cash in these cases is your weapon. Okay, if you have some cash aside, you can take opportunities. You need to be patient, and you can take opportunity. If you are already 100% invested in the market, how can you take opportunities? It's impossible. Okay, the only thing you can hope is that the market is going to go up forever, which is pretty unlikely. Okay, so always keep some cash aside. Don't invest everything you have in a short amount of time. Just do your studies fundamentally. I mean, try to understand which business is gonna pass this period. There are a lot of them. Try to look at the balance sheet, see the risk of bankruptcy, and if the market crash again, well, I think that there are gonna be a lot of opportunities around here. A lot of good companies but just can be undervalued, especially if we come back to those previous lows or if we pass them. So that's it. That's the best friend you're gonna have right now. Cash aside. Don't be 100% invested in the market right now. And that's how, that's my approach right now. Long-term view, some cash aside for opportunities, and I bought some stock during the crash, and now it's already a month. I'm not buying any because there are no opportunities. If the market is gonna go down again, of course I'm gonna find companies where I'm already taking a look at them. I have already on my watch list, and I'm gonna buy them very likely. Right now, the key is be patient and keep some cash aside. Okay. So for today, that's all. I hope you liked this video. Please leave a thumbs up if you find it useful and subscribe to the channel. I mean, I'm gonna talk about stocks, investing, all those kind of things. And so stay tuned. If you like, just subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you don't miss anything. And I wish you a nice day, guys. See you soon.